What is up, my friends? Premier League football is back for us on Wednesday, and of course it is a Merseyside derby. Liverpool and Everton kicking off on Wednesday night at 8 p.m, which means that we will be live for a watch-along here on Anfield Agenda from 6:45. We'll take you through the game, have our match reaction, player ratings and everything else you would expect on a match day. Over the course of this video, I'm going to give you our recent head-to-head history with Everton, a bit of an injury update for the Reds, and of course then we'll go through giving you my predicted 11 and score prediction. Feel free to play along in the comment section, and don't forget the Premier League predictions video is already out for all of the 10 games. Give that a watch if you get a chance, and of course let me know your thoughts. Loads to go through, so I'm not going to hang around. We're going to start off with, well, let's go with a bit of an injury update. The update is, there isn't really much of an update. Still have the same headaches at right back, so there's no Connor Bradley, there's no Trent Alexander-Arnold. We know Joe Gomez is unavailable as well, so it looks like we'll probably see Kwanzaa go in there at right back. We did have some scares over the international break with Alisson Becker and Alexis McAllister, but thankfully both are healthy and good to go for this one. So no real new concerns for Arne Slot, but of course the Reds will want to get back to winning ways after a very difficult week before the international break, seeing us go beaten by PSG in the Champions League and of course beaten in the League Cup final by Newcastle as well. So let's start off, folks, with a little bit of a look at our head-to-head with Everton. I'm sure you don't need reminding of the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, which ended in a very frustrating and a very, well, controversial in our opinion 2-2 draw. So no doubt Arne Slot and the boys will want to put that right. Premier League in 23-24 finished Everton 2, Liverpool 0, of course. They love to remind us of that one, and look, they earned the right to do it. And then it was Liverpool 2, Everton 0 earlier on in the season at Anfield. Everton's form coming into this one, well, as you can see, it's a lot of draws. So we'll go from bottom to top. They did beat Crystal Palace away from home in the Premier League, which is a very good result because Glasner's side have been doing well. So they beat Palace by 2-1. Then at Goodison Park, it was Everton 2, Manchester United 2, Brentford 1, Everton 1, Wolves 1, Everton 1, and Everton 1, West Ham 1. I'm seeing a bit of a pattern there. A draw, well, hopefully not at Anfield, but we're going to need the right personnel on the pitch to make that victory happen for the Reds. So I'm going to start to go through now and give you my predicted 11. As always, I do want to know your thoughts on it, and there's one position in particular I'm looking for some feedback on, and that is, of course, through the centre up top. So as we go through the team, let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with my selections. Right, let's get stuck into it. We'll start off, as we always do, with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. No real surprises here for you, right? You expected this to be as it is. Alisson Becker in goal, Ibrahim Konate at right centre-back, and Virgil van Dijk left centre-back. Hopefully, both of these gentlemen get new contracts very soon. Lots of talk over the last week that Virgil van Dijk's edging closer to a new Liverpool deal along with Mohamed Salah, probably because there's a bit of extra money with Trent looking likely he's going to Madrid. And on the other side, well, we know that the club have been trying to agree a deal with Ibrahim Konate, but again, we hope that recent events will spur the club on to get this sorted soon. You've seen Fabrizio Romano and many other journalists speak about the fact that Liverpool do want Konate to stay. We know Paris Saint-Germain and other clubs are hovering around waiting, but we can't wait. We've got to get this deal for Ibu sorted. So for me, that is the first three. Alisson in goal, and Konate and Virgil van Dijk. Now, into the fullback positions. Again, I don't think you're going to get too many surprises here. What I've gone for is Jarell Kwanzaa to come in and deputise at right back. There's pretty much no other option there for the Reds at this moment in time, unless you want to start shoehorning Szoboszlai, Jones, or maybe Wataru Endo or somebody into right back. I think Kwanzaa has deputised quite well in recent times. Looks like he's rediscovering his form and his confidence. So for me, we go Kwanzaa at right back. And of course, Andy Robertson on the other side. Looking towards the summer, I do expect that it'll be Costas who makes way at left back in the transfer window. So Andy Robertson for me should start this one. Still with me? Well, let's go into midfield and hope you still keep agreeing. Midfield, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you're going to get any surprises here. Yes, there is an opportunity that maybe he throws in Curtis Jones, but I fully expect to see Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai as the midfield three. I think most of us will agree this is our best midfield three when everybody's fit and available. Obviously, there's other options there with Turo, there's Harvey Elliott, we've got McConnell, but I just don't think anyone's going to displace these three. And when one of them is missing, you can notice it, particularly if it's McAllister. You can maybe put in Szoboszlai and interchange him with Jones, even though I do think Szoboszlai is a far superior player. But for me, that midfield trio is what I would go with. Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, and of course Dominic Szoboszlai, fresh from his little row with Arda Güler. Let's go up now to the wide positions up top. And again, I don't think you're going to be too surprised at what I've gone for the wide spots. So Cody Gakpo on the left-hand side and Mohamed Salah on the right-hand side. Maybe some people would prefer Diaz on the left, and again, totally understandable. They're two very good footballers, and I wouldn't have any issues with either starting. For me, though, the preference would be Cody Gakpo. I think you're more likely to get a goal out of Cody. And in a game where Everton may sit back and defend deep, I think maybe one of his bangers from the edge of the box might do the job. And then on the right-hand side, Mohamed Salah, who of course we'll be looking forward to, I'm sure. Another great night at Anfield. More signals from the crowd to give Mo his dough, which is what we all want, although that does like it's going in the right direction. So Mohamed Salah on the right and Cody Gakpo on the left, and then all that remains is who have I gone for through the centre. Well, look, the options were pretty much Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez or Federico Chiesa, and this is what I would do. Feel free to let me know that I'm wrong in the comments or to agree, but for me, I think the smart option is to go with Chiesa, and the reason I say that is, what have we got to lose? We know that Darwin is off in the summer. We know that Diogo's form has been up and down. And we know that Luis Diaz isn't a natural centre forward. So for me, coming on in the cup final and scoring, showing that he wants to be here, showing that he wants to fight for his spot, they're all indications that I like to see in a player. So I think we start Federico Chiesa in this one and give him the support and give him the last 9 games to see what he can do. I mean, I really don't think we've got much to lose in that regard. Darwin and Jota aren't at the races this season, so for me, it's a no-brainer. So once again, to run through my team before, and don't forget we've got a score prediction to come. Alisson Becker in goal, Kwanzaa at right back, Robbo at left back, Kanade and Van Dijk in the centre-back positions. A midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. And then up top, Mohamed Salah on the right, Cody Gakpo on the left and Federico Chiesa through the middle. Now, last thing up, the score prediction. And if you've already watched my Premier League predictions video, you probably know the score already, but this is what I've gone for. Liverpool to keep a clean sheet and beat Everton by 2-0. Of course, if we get the job done, it's one step closer, one game closer to Premier League and title number 20, and that would be a very good end to the season. If we do win this game, we know we've only 4 more wins before we secure that Premier League title. Could be sooner if Arsenal drop points, so of course we'll keep an eye on those games as well. So we will be live for a watch along, as you can see, from 6:45 p.m. on Wednesday. I cannot wait to be back. It feels like an eternity since the Reds have played. And then we're going to count down the games until we get to celebrate. Hopefully you can come along with us to our end of season parties at the Hot Water Comedy Club. One on the final day of the season, including a screening of the game and live music. And the other one, Wednesday 28th of May, with the whole Anfield Agenda crew. Myself, Steve, Jack, Connor and Chris, all together for one night only. Take your pick and I hope to see you there. Much love, my friends. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.